Welcome to Family Features, a podcast for anyone who wants to experience healthy relationships within their family. This is Dr. Corey Gilbert, and I'm honored to come alongside you to encourage, educate, and equip you as we focus on the different relationships that make us family. Let's get started and focus on today's feature. Hey there, welcome to the Family Features podcast. My name is Dr. Corey Gilbert, and I'm here again with my daughter, Mylie.
Hi.
And so glad to be with you on this podcast again, Mylie. And how old are you now?
I am 10, and I love doing videos and podcasts with you.
Nice. 10 and a half, actually. Yeah, you're
right.
going to be 11 in the summertime, like this coming summer.
July.
And today you brought me an outline, actually a few days ago, and you said, hey, let's do this. And what's the topic for today?
The topic for today is Who Are You? From the Shine Brightly magazine.
So the magazine you get in the mail, that's for who? For young women?
Tweens.
Tweens. Okay, nice. All right. So who are you? What does that mean?
It means not like you're outer, who are you inside, I guess.
Okay. Who are you inside? That's an important piece of us, part of us, who we are inside. So does it mean like how you think, like what you believe?
But kinda.
Both? Okay.
And also like how you act, maybe.
When you have written down here, the AMS, what in the world does that mean, the AMS?
Like what I am. Like, people always say, like, I'm kind, I love animals. I also am pretty creative. I think I'm smart and resourceful.
You think you're smart?
Yes.
We think you're smart, too. Yep. Yeah, so this is her list, which is actually really cool, that she wrote as she filled out the stuff in the magazine, that her AMS are kind, an animal lover, creative, smart, and resourceful. That's neat to see you doing that. What happens as we get older, if we're not careful, we can't list those kind of things. We can't see good things. All we can see are bad things about ourselves. So it's good that you can see those good things.
I also had actually written down cute before animal lover, but...
Really? That's awesome. Well, you are. That's awesome. I love that. And so then you wrote down here, again, a note from this. No, I don't think they would change, for they are good things. Interesting.
It's so the book had said, if you get hurt, do you think these would change? And I'm like, no, I wouldn't stop being kind, creative. I wouldn't stop loving animals, or maybe if I stopped studying, I wouldn't be as smart.
That's true.
Not really. I wouldn't change my resourcefulness.
Okay.
It could maybe help it get better.
It's true. And hard times can make our resourcefulness get better.
You need to grow from getting like hurt instead of feel bad.
Right. And this next one says, don't what?
Don't let other people define you.
What does that mean?
Don't let other people choose who you are. Like, sometimes in, like, schools, I'm homeschooled and have a co-op, so this doesn't really happen with me. But, like, you'll get bullied sometimes physically or, like, mentally with words.
Okay. But even though you're homeschooled, you're still in a group of people, and it can still happen.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It doesn't.
Well, it might. So.
Well, it doesn't happen now.
Now. So that's true. So as of now, you haven't had that, which we're so glad. But it does happen to a lot of people, and even at church and youth groups, even among family, because you've actually been bullied
by my brother.
Brothers can do that. Yes. So then the next one you put is don't let your sports skills, music skills, or your grades define you. Yeah. That's so important, actually.
Because like if you don't get like A's or B's, you could think you're not smart, but that's not true.
Well, I'm a good example of that, because I didn't have A's and B's. And now a college professor and counselor and all the stuff I do, because it means I actually worked hard. First of all, it didn't come easy, but yeah.
I feel like public schools aren't the best because they grade you. That just makes you feel bad about yourself.
Well, it is what it is. So the school...
I like my...
We're glad you like that, but yeah, you don't have to say. Classical conversations, yeah. That's important, and wherever you're at in school, or wherever your kids go to school, because they're going to be, the audience's kids go to all different sorts of different places. The sports skills, music skills, and your grades, if you're not careful, your skill defines you. And then here's the example that you said Mom gave?
Yeah, my mom pointed it out.
What was it?
So, like, if you're, like, an athlete, like, you do track or you swim or something like that, or in my brother's case, football, if you got hurt, you shouldn't think, like, oh, now the only thing that I'm good at, I don't have anymore.
It's true.
some people would think that way, but you shouldn't.
Yep.
As I said before, you need to grow, get better. Because I'm pretty sure that when you hurt your arm, when it grows back stronger. So you're and you would be able to swim better, catch the ball better.
For certain injuries, some injuries are career-ending injuries. But others of us found out the hard way that we didn't have the talent we thought we had. Like for me in music, I loved it a lot, but it's not an area that I was actually gifted in. And so, for an athlete too, and I defined myself by music stuff, but then I had to, in a sense, give that up. Some fight, and like you said, the muscle gets stronger, the bones get stronger, but others, you find that your identity is in your skill, your sport.
Like, I have recently started lessons with my grandma, Gigi, and I am pretty good at the piano.
I love it. I love hearing the piano being played in the house now, so it's so much fun to wake up and hear the piano being played. Now let's go into these verses. So we got a lot of verses, as in verses on both ways. Verses, so the first option was to live in a way that, defined by grades, defined by these things, or...
The better option.
Yeah, you are enough. That's the first one you have here. So number one, you are enough. And you have 2 Peter 1-3. Can you read that?
By his divine power, God has given us everything we need for living a godly life. We have received all of this by coming to know him, the one who called us to himself by means of his marvelous glory and his excellence.
Nice. You are enough. And that sums it up. 2 Peter 1-3. Because of who God is, because of what he did, we have it all.
Yeah, just because I'm not good at catching a ball or stuff, I'm still enough.
Right, exactly.
Because I'm terrible at catching the ball, and I learned how bad I am at catching a football and throwing it.
And then the second one here, you are important. And then Matthew 10:30 and 31 says,
and the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows.
And what's crazy is we can think a whole flock of sparrows, that's not very valuable. Well, no, God very specifically says that they are. That he takes care of them. He provides for them. Why would he not provide for us? And so we need to be very careful that he knows every single hair on your head. Every little detail. Exactly. You are important to him, which is beautiful. Third one, you are loved. 1 John 3:1.
See how very much our Father loves us, for he calls us his children, and that is what we are. But the people who belong to this world don't recognize that we are God's children because they don't know him.
Yeah.
But the people who belong to this world, we kind of belong.
Well, we don't belong to this world.
I guess we belong in heaven.
Right.
Maybe.
We are his, and we are aliens in this world.
Actually, we don't deserve heaven, but God grants it to us.
Because it's a gift. We don't earn it.
Now, I don't earn a lot of my presents, but I still get them.
Yeah, you don't earn any of them, because that's not how it works.
Well, at least I'm a cute daughter.
Yeah, that's not how you earn it, though. That's awesome. And then the fourth one, you are qualified. Colossians 1:1. This is an interesting verse. We both kind of paused when we saw this verse.
We were confused.
This letter is from Paul,
chosen by the will of God to be an apostle of Christ Jesus, and from our brother Timothy.
So what does that mean as qualified? Who qualifies you and me?
God, but I'm pretty sure what it means is God qualified Paul to be the apostle, the prophet, to tell the good news.
That's right. And he does the same for us.
Even though at first he was prosecuting people for it. Which
is amazing to think about. That he could take someone like that and actually change him into someone that's redeemed, that's beautiful. And then the last one, you are unique. Psalm 139:13.
You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb.
Yes, that's a beautiful verse. You are unique. Every single one of us is unique. Unique skills, unique talent, very much unique.
Unique looks.
And so the question you have here, do these seem untrue to you? And if so...
You're wrong.
That's right. You are wrong. Yeah, they are the truth from God and the Bible. And then you wrote down here, do not believe the lie that those are untrue. You are defined by not success. What? I know. You are beautiful inside, in and out, in God's eyes. So that's a pretty interesting and pretty powerful
Verses.
Verses and instead of...
We are versus the verses.
Yeah, so we're not going to be defined by our skills, our talents, our grades. We need to be defined by you are enough, you are important, you are loved, you are qualified, and you are unique. So this is the who are you from this magazine that you had. So that's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like this magazine. I recommend it.
Yep. And the magazine that she's talking about is called Shine Brightly. So if you're ever interested in looking that up, go for it. It's the Gems Girls Clubs. So that's what that's from.
Yeah, like in every sequel they have like a story. They make up a story about people like talking about it. They often give me a test. And this one it's called the stress test.
Yeah.
There are crafts. It shows you little foods to make.
Nice.
And it pretty much always gives me something to talk about God with you.
I love that. So thank you for checking out our podcast, and thank you, Mylie, for our conversation. Looking forward to future ones. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Family Features Podcast. It has been an honor to serve. Find out more about Dr. Gilbert and his resources for you and your family's growth and success at healinglives.com. And if you think you could use some support along the way, be sure to book that call at bookdrg.com. And one more thing, if you found this helpful, please share this podcast with others so that we can change the world together.